Hey YouTube, it's me Shayna with thickgirlscloset.com and welcome back to my channel. As always, I love having you guys here. So for today's video, I'm going to do something that I think would be beneficial to a number of you who watch my hair tutorials. This is going to be sort of a lock Q&A, but it's kind of just answering general questions that I get on a regular basis when it comes to my hair or locks in general. I am no lock expert. Not many people are lock experts. I think it's just experience and over time. I've had my locks for it'll be 9 years. This coming August 2016 will be 9 years and we have my locks. I'm still wearing my Loc Petals, so my hair is rather short at the moment, so but I don't want to take them down just yet, so we're rocking the short bob cut for now. So for this video, I'm going to answer a few questions that a lot of you have asked me multiple times before, so I figured let's just put all of the answers here in one video so you guys can always reference this video anytime you need to, or if you just wanted to know more about things that I have said and maybe misunderstood, it'll probably be answered at some point in this video. So if you want to stick around for the Q&A, stay here. So the one question that I'm always asked, always asked is when to wash your hair and how often to wash your hair. And I always tell people this is not it's not an answer that I can give just very easily, because everybody's hair and routine and regimen is very different. Now, in my retwisting video, I did say in a perfect world, I would probably wash and retwist every 2 weeks. That is ideal. It does not happen as often as I would like. Sometimes I can go 3 and sometimes 4 weeks before I actually wash my hair again. So what I say to that, if you want to know how often to wash it, I say when you start to feel your hair get dirty, wash. So some people wash weekly. I can't wash weekly. Some people wash, every 2 weeks. I've known people that go on 5 and 6 weeks before they wash their hair. It's really up to you, because everybody's hair produces oil at a different rate. Everybody's hair grows at a different rate. Me, because I have extremely soft new growth, I can't wash weekly, because if I just did a retwist last week, I don't want to come back around next week and then wash out the retwist that probably hasn't even fuzzed yet, so I don't wash every week. But if your hair operates that way, where you feel the need to wash every week, then you wash every week. But it's up to you and your hair. I can't give you a ballpark figure, because everybody's hair is different. Some people, even different stages of your lock process, you're going to wash your hair differently. When I first started my locks, I didn't wash the first 3 months. And then after that, once I learned how to do my own hair, I was retwisting once a month. And then it went to twice a month. So again, it's all by variation. Another big question I always get is products. What products do I use? And I've never really been a product junkie, but I can honestly say I've used a number of products in these last 9 years. And for me, I find that certain products are tried and true. If I like it on my hair, I will continue to buy it. If I don't really like it on my hair, then it's like There are some products that I've used where I haven't gotten through the whole container because I didn't like it. Popular options out there. Jamaica Mango and Lime is an extremely popular one. A lot of people use that very early on. I don't like it. I used it once, and I had a container once and I didn't get through it because I did not like the hold on my hair. It wasn't the worst, but it definitely did nothing for my hair. I'll be very honest. I was like, I can't do this. I did use the the lock gel or lock twisting thing. Description box below, from Carol's Daughter. I did like that one. It was very nice. It did have a small percentage of beeswax in it, but it was percentage beeswax that did not clog my hair. And I did love that, but it was too expensive, so I was like, sorry, Carol's Daughter, I can't rebuy that. But that was a good product. Carol's Daughter's locking butter or lock gel was a good option. I did like it, just I couldn't afford to keep buying it. One option I did use, at one point, I did use this Natural Hair Care Organic Root Stimulator Locking Twist Gel. And I started using this because Francesca used to use it. And I still have it. It's not even finished. At first I liked it. You can see I have a lot left in there. I didn't really care for it after a while. It just does nothing for my hair. It does not hold. I no longer care for it. It's not a bad product, but it's just not for me. Now, if you watch my retwisting video, I did mention 2 products that I am currently using, and these are 2 products that I've been using for well over a year now. The first one is the Twist and Lock Gel from Jane Carter Solutions. I love this stuff. It smells amazing. I do get mine from Whole Foods, but I know like a number of drugstores carry Jane Carter products, and you can also buy them online. I know Walmart has it. I know Target has it. I know CVS has them. I know Walgreens. I know Duane Reade. So a number of drugstores do carry it, and the beauty supply stores as well. But the Jane Carter Twist and Lock Gel is pretty good. And another one that I do love is the Dark and Lovely All Natural. This is the super softening hair butter. This is really great to twist your hair on. It is so nice on the hair. So I do use this to twist my hair. It smells great. It's lightweight. It doesn't flake. So it is really, really great to twist your hair with. This particular one is for dry and damaged hair. There are 2 sets. There's a green top collection, and there's an orange top collection. I just happened to I got this in a swag bag, and I actually use it. So these are my two current products that I use to twist my hair, and they'll probably remain my current for quite some time because they are both products. I do interchange sometimes. I reached for this one because it's the first one I see. Sometimes this one is the first one I see. So I don't think either one is better than the other. Both of them are equally great for my hair. My hair is extremely lightweight. I don't have extremely thick or coarse hair. So both of these do work. So if your hair is not coarse, but you have a bit of a curl pattern, I do highly recommend either one of these. But the number one thing to remember is anything that says wax, beeswax, anything that has wax in it, you need to run far, be on some Forrest Gump-ish. Get away from it. Beeswax is terrible for your hair. Yes, it does hold, and obviously you want hold, but beeswax is water resistant, which means you're not going to wash it out, which means that's going to build up and that's going to be lint, and that's just gross. And especially if your hair is dark, lint ain't going to be your best friend. I'm just trying to say. As for shampoo, you guys should know by now if you have watched my last couple of videos. I am currently using the Shea Moisture African Black Soap Deep Cleansing Shampoo. I am completely in love with this stuff right now. I will reiterate, I said it in my haul video with this, but I am using this particular shampoo because I've always wanted to use Shea Moisture. At the time, I'm always using a different shampoo. I'm someone that likes to stick to a shampoo and finish it before I move on. So I finally finished my Dark and Lovely, so I said, let me go ahead and give Shea Moisture a try. I did get mine from Face Value, Harmon's in some places. But again, it can be found at different drugstores. But I decided on the dark cleansing shampoo for a number of reasons. One, because it is dark. A lot of Shea Moisture's shampoos are extremely heavy and they're white. And I really feel like the residue from them just does not sit well with my hair. So if there's anything left over for this, it won't be seen as easily. It's super light, which I need. I don't like heavy products on my hair. I need something that is going to be light on my hair because the way my hair produces oil, I don't want anything that is going to leave heavy residue and then my hair gets oily. Like, that's just too much going on. Just way too much. So I felt like this one was the best for my hair. And then because I don't wash as often, by the time I do go and wash, a lot of just everyday life gunk is coming out of my hair. So I need something that's going to really clean from the root out. And I feel like this kind of does that for me. So that's why I went with this particular one as opposed to the other like 7 or 8 options that Shea Moisture has. Another major question that I get on Instagram and on YouTube and in my email and on my Facebook is curling of the hair. Now, When you curl your locks, whether you're curling it or you're gonna do a braid out, a twist out, whatever you're doing, I don't care what method of rollers you're using, if it's foam rollers, perm rods, pipe cleaners, whatever you are using to curl your hair must always be damp. You never twist or braid out on dry hair, because your braid out and your curls, they're gonna last. They gonna drop. And they'll be mad as hell. Not soaking wet. Not soaking wet. You don't want that, because you'll be there forever trying to dry it. You want to go ahead and wring out the hair. I always say do a retwist in the process, so that way your hair can be fresh and the roots are fresh. But that's not a necessity. But wring out that hair. Make sure it's damp. Not dripping wet. You don't want super wet hair, because it's not going to dry. Well, it will, but it'll take forever. And make sure your hair is absolutely damp. Period. That's it. Your hair must be damp. Set your rollers, put whatever rollers in that you have. And the next point to that is your hair has to be bone dry when you take them things out. Because I promise you, and I'm telling y'all from experience, I need y'all to listen to me when I tell y'all this. If you take them rollers out and any part of your locks is wet or damp, they will fall. I'll give you about 2 hours. You lucky if you make it past 3. They will fall so fast, and you be mad as hell at yourself for putting them damn rollers, and then you drying it and now they done fell. It's two extremes. You want damp hair to set them, but they have to be dry when they come out. Period. That's the only way you're going to keep that curl holding. Now, because your hair, I'm trying to film out here and everything. Anyway, make sure that your hair is dry when you take out your rollers, because you want to make sure that from the root to the tip is dry. If it is wet, your hair is heavy when it's wet, so that weight is all it's going to do is unravel that curl. And you put all that time into putting in the rollers, you want the hair to be curly and last. So key is this: set them on damp hair, take them out on super bone dry hair. Point blank and period. So if that means you have to sit under a dryer for 2 hours, suck it up, sit under a dryer. Yeah, I said it. Suck it up and sit under a dryer. That's what you have to do. Like, it's a part of our world. Like, you can't do this whole wash and go like our unlocked sisters can do. No, sorry. Not gonna happen. Especially with curls. You can't do no perm rod set. You know, put the perm rod in, stick it in some hot water, and then take it out and it's all cute. No, we cannot do that. Sorry, not gonna work. Not gonna happen. I tried it. I've tried it a number of times. I tried it when I first locked my hair, and maybe like a year or two later, where I did the whole, put the perm rod in, then stick my hair in some hot water, and then thought it was gonna work. No. If your hair is, any point of your hair is wet, it's not gonna last. It is not going to last at all. And I know the whole point of you putting it in the rollers is so you can look cute, right? So yeah. Another question that I always get is, how should you start your locks? Again, this is definitely a loaded question. For me, I started with 2-strand twist. As I've said pretty much throughout this video, I have relatively soft hair, so palm roll method would not have worked for my hair because my hair is so soft. It would have unraveled, and I probably would not have kept up with it, and I wouldn't have my 9 years of length. So I highly suggest, first research. Look up the different ways to start locks. There's 2-strand twist, there's palm rolling, there's back combing, there's sister locks. Every method, you know, there's different methods to start your hair with. The second thing I would say is look up a loctician in your area. Look up a loctician. Unless you are somebody that does hair, you know how things work, that's different. But I say look up a loctician and go in for a consultation. Most locticians will not charge for a consultation. A consultation is very simple. They sit down with them, they kind of fill out your hair, and they tell you what is the best way to start your locks. Now, when you're going to a loctician, obviously you want them to be reputable. That's like a no-brainer. I would definitely make sure they have a good head of locks. I mean, personally, I'm not going to trust somebody to start my locks that doesn't have a good head of locks. If you ain't got locks at all, no shade, but I mean, how can you start? You know, that's just me. I mean, some people may disagree with me, but the young lady who started my locks, she had a beautiful head of locks. At that point, had 10 years of worth of locks going. So that's just my personal opinion. And then make sure you ask all of the questions that you have on your brain. Like, that's how you learn. Like, a lot of people who are styling their own locks now or doing their own locks now, we were trial and error. We learn things, you try things, things don't work out, so you have to revamp them. You know, your lock experience is going to be it is a journey. Your hair is not going to be the same down the road than from when you start your hair. My hair is not the same from when I started 9 years ago. Even looking at how my hair grows now, it's not the same as when I first started. Like, even the lock itself is going to change and adjust as your hair gets longer, as it gains more, it gets more weight from the, you know, from constantly growing. You learn so many different things. So when you're starting your locks and you're trying to figure out, oh, you know, what's the best thing for me, you don't necessarily have to know your hair. I didn't know my hair when I started. I still don't know what type hair I have. I think I'm somewhere in like the 3B area. I don't know. But you know, you may not necessarily know your hair texture. Go to a loctician, sit down with them, ask them all the burning questions that you may have, that you may not understand, and whatever is on your brain, ask them. Because if you're asking me, and I'm here, I'm in my space, and I'm filming, I don't know what your hair is like. I can't touch and feel your hair. You know, a loctician can sit down and they can touch your hair, they can feel your hair, they can tell you what are the best options, what are the best ways to go. Because if you have extremely coarse hair, a palm roll may be great for you. Maybe perfect. But if you're on the more softer side, that's not as coarse, you have a little bit more of a looser curl pattern, a palm roll may not be your best option. It may be braid or a 2-strand twist. Or maybe even a back comb for my really, really loose hair texture people. So everybody's hair is different. I cannot tell you what is the best way to go for your hair. I suggest you go and sit down with somebody who knows what they're doing and let them tell you what's the best option. And then you can decide for yourself what's the direction you want to go for your hair. Pricing. Pricing is an interesting question because, again, different points of the hair process, of the growth process, is going to bring in different price ranges. When I started my locks, I started my locks at a loctician and I went to her once, 3 months later. And both times it was $65 to do my hair. So when I started my locks, it was $65. And she washed it, put in my 2-strand twist. When I went back to her 3 months later, again, she washed and did a retwist. $65. Now, if I were to go to her or a loctician, it'd probably be somewhere in the ballpark of 100, 120, maybe 125, somewhere in that vicinity, because my hair is much longer now. So you're doing a lot more weight, a lot more hair, and if you want styling, that's a whole different ball game. But your hair, as your hair grows, that's more money. So I can't. Again, and then every loctician is different. Every salon is different. You may know somebody who does hair, and may they give you the homegirl hookup. I don't know. I haven't been to a loctician to wash and retwist my hair literally in 9 years. I have not been back because I was a college student at the time. I don't have $65 to go to somebody every 2 weeks to get my hair done. I just didn't have the money. But as far as you going to get your hair done and whatever and pricing, you have to, it's your stylist. You have to know what the charge is. And I would honestly say learn how to do your own hair. How many locks do I have? I think I have 109, give or take. I could be wrong. I haven't counted, so I honestly don't know how many locks I have. Yes, breakage is extremely common for locks. Breakage is part of life, especially once for me with my 2-strand twist as my starter locks. Basically, the tips of my starter locks that's basically now the tips of my hair, and that is starting to break off because my hair was a different texture then. So breakage is real. Breakage is extremely real. You get thin spots, you get what they call forks, or the ends split. That's common. Your hair doesn't, the growth of your hair and the stages in which your hair go through does not change because you have locks. It just a cylinder. So yes, breakage is very real. Now, if your hair is dry, you're seeing an excessive amount of breakage, you might want to look into why you're having breakage. But for the most part, breakage does happen. You may wash your hair and you go to dry your locks out and you get a couple of ends in your hand. That happens. Especially for my newbie lockers out there, you're gonna get a lot of breakage, a lot of what they call BB, well, not BBs, that's the back connect, but like they call them little P's. They're about, that big, and they sit on the end of your locks. That's very, very common. A lot of that, every lock person has gone through. I don't know what set of locks has not dealt with that. Honestly, depending on how old they are, that's a conversation you might want to have with them. If they are too young to make a decision, and if it's easier for you, I say go for it. But if they're old enough to make a decision on their hair, I would ask them first, because it is a commitment that you as a parent have to keep up with as well. And you're dealing with kids, especially if you have active kids. I would ask them first, sit down with them and let them know, what you're thinking about and get their opinion. I mean, yes, you are their parent and obviously they have to do what you say, but it is their hair. And they have to carry that with them to school or to whatever activities they're in. So I would tread very, very lightly with that. Like I said, if they're old enough to make a decision, ask them, because they may say, yeah, I would love to. Yeah, sure. And some may be like, you know what, Ma, I don't want to do that. And you have, I mean, I'm not saying you have to respect it, but take their opinion into consideration, because it may be your dream, but it's their hair and it's their head. My mom wanted me to lock my hair all through high school and I refused. And I made the decision to lock my hair. When I made my choice, it was my decision to lock my hair. So I appreciate my hair a little bit more, as opposed to, I feel like I wouldn't appreciate it as much if I had did it because my mom wanted me to do it. You know what I'm saying? So ask them if they're of age to understand things like that. Take their opinion into consideration. Like, y'all in these open-ended questions, I swear. Here's how I feel about that. It's a commitment. It is a commitment. Everybody who's had locks for 7, 8, 9, 10 plus years, we committed to our hair. And if you are somebody that changes your hair on a regular basis, don't do it. You're not going to commit to it. You're not. And everybody's quote unquote ugly stage, their buckwheat stage, is different. Mine lasted for maybe like 3 months. And I was on the college campus. I didn't care how my hair looked. I was on the college campus. What do I care? Okay, but if you're in the real world, your quote unquote buckwheat stage, you may not be able to handle that. You may not be able to handle how your hair is going to look from day to day. And if you know you can't handle that, don't do it. Don't commit to it. It's a commitment. It's beautiful now. It's like, yes, long hair. Oh my God, your hair's gorgeous. But I guarantee you, when I started all of this, it wasn't all this. So if you are somebody that likes to be in braids one week and twist the next week, a wig the next week, a weave the next week, don't do it. Do not make that commitment, because you are not going to keep it. I give you 6 months, maybe a year before you cut that off. I just feel like it's a style, and if that's how you look at it, like, I just want some faux locks for this week, cool. But if you're looking to have faux locks and be a part of the lock movement, no, several seats. I'm not here for it. You can disagree with me if you want to, but I feel like if it's a style for you, fine. Faux locks, if that's the trend, fine. But if you're trying to do faux locks and then be a part of the lock journey and lock movement, your hair ain't even real locks though. So, like, no, like, it doesn't work. I'm sorry. You can disagree with me, but no. If you're trying to be a part of the movement with faux locks. So there you have it, you guys. That was my lock Q&A. Those are the questions that I get asked on all the time on a regular basis. If you have any questions about locks, about your locks, or about products or anything of that nature, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you like my little bob here. I do have a tutorial on how I got my hair to look like this, so I'll link that in the description box below. If you like my glasses, these are from Vogue Eyewear. I'm gonna leave my glasses reflection video in the description box as well. Again, my name is Shayna of ridiculouscloset.com, and as always, I love you guys, and I will see y'all in my next video. Deuces.